The Abrahamic School of Business, a business as mission narration for emerging and aspiring leaders. Imagine you're in a state-of-the-art conference room and a renowned business mogul is about to address the audience on his business principles. Your pen is ready and you've made sure there's enough space on your notepad. Then he strikes in. Everyone stands, and with little ado, he mounts the podium and begins to speak. Silence falls, and you took notes on his lecture entitled My School of Business. You were ready and quickly began to note the points. Below is what you made of his lecture. The primary reason for the vision is for growth, to make us partake of a different nature. You must be aware of who you are and why you are what you are. And because of his glory and excellence, he has given us great and precious promises. These are the promises that enable you to share his divine nature and escape the world's corruption caused by human desires. 2 Peter 1 verse 4. The essence of God's promises is to make us partake of a divine nature and to escape the corruption that is in the world. You must leave home. This implies emotional, spiritual, and financial independence. The greatest hindrance to immense business capacity and thought is the entitlement mentality. Nobody owes you anything. You are indebted and responsible to God and humanity for resourcefulness. The parable of the talents didn't praise the saver, the complainer, or the waster. Rather it praised the result-laden individuals. You are not entitled to financial provisions from uncles, from siblings and parents, even when they think you are. The vision demands that you leave those. Establish a line of dependence. It is between you and God. Be responsible and get ready for the difficult times. The time of separation is a time of self-discovery, and it is said that hardship introduces a man to himself. Hardship does not imply poverty, though poverty is very much hardship. Hardship is a seed's first day in the soil. It is the shedding of the seed coat, a degeneration that reveals the stuff within life. It is designed to train you and not to kill you. Learn from it. Be independent, dependent, then interdependent. After declaring your independence of people and establishing dependence on God as your source and authority structure, you will need to learn interdependence. An independent man does not bend to the whims and opinions of others when they are not aligned with his God-dependent values. He is interdependent enough to listen to the advice and opinions of certain people, not everyone, but independent enough to not to be coerced to any decision, indecision, or hurried decision. It takes an independent decision to be dependent on God, and one who has made him his dependence will find that he will need to work with people because God is people-oriented. He is mindful of them. When you follow his path, you will have challenges, but therein is your victory. Don't quit. When you fall, please stand. Your interaction with people should be born of choice and not under any duress or certain obligations. Dependence on God entails you don't place yourself at anyone's mercy or trade your honor and glory for rights or privileges. You are in business to be a blessing, to create value for humanity. You are blessed to bless. This posture assures that your own needs are met already. You will find this true when you adopt this mentality. Note that it is a man's gift that will make room for him, a man's offering, a man's talent. We are successful when we make our gifts, our unique abilities, our gifts, our proposals to the society. Develop competence for the assignment. Train your army. Learning is crucial. Discipline is wisdom. Be a priest and a king. Remember the Melchizedek position. The king of righteousness is a priest of the Most High. Learn the wisdom of constant intercession and corporate presentation. Come out to the king's valley and present bread and wine to those returning from battle. Offer processed products, not raw materials. Don't come with flour and eggs, come with bread and wine. Your bread and wine are the finished products and services you must offer to your clients. Do not be materialistic. Let your internal scoreboard be more important than the external scoreboard. Never judge things by sight alone. Be spiritual. Obey your spirit and divine instructions. Also your God calls. It is your soul's duty to be loyal to its own desire. Keep the soul under the spirit and not the flesh. Let the spirit transform the soul. There is no one-man army, and you will need an army to win most of your battles. Therefore, you need to work with people, but don't expect all of them to share your values. You have to work with folks who don't share similar values. There are even scenarios when your enemies will do your biddings, but not out of love. Respect agreements and deal charitably with everyone. Never forget that legal matters matter. File patents, sign non-disclosure agreements, MOUs, have witnesses, and don't have optimistic opinions about human commitments. Try and have guarantees when possible, but don't be embittered when you are disappointed. Read the legal fine prints and endeavor to pay for services rendered. Sometimes you might need to pay for certain services even when they are offered free, and obtain evidence of payments. Yes, get a lawyer. If you cannot afford one, have one as a friend, or you are bored. You can go the whole length and go to law school. Anything you do, seek legal counsel. Eschew strife. It will kill you. Your kind cannot bear strife. Strife robs a man of his creative potential, changes his path of dependence, and drains the hearty spirit that great enterprise demands. Shun profanity like a plague. It drowns the creative genius in man, which is by nature a gentleman. There are mistakes you must do away with, not neglect, and this would include ventures that are not in line with the ultimate vision and mission. Let the acid test be your willingness and even readiness to give 99% of your fortune away or money has had you. Don't hand over dynastic fortunes to your offspring. Give them the intangible resource that made you great. Never forget to daily speak those things you believe, even when they seem impossible, because faith will work in your heart, even with doubt in your head. Speak and do not relent. You'll be amazed at how long I did. Let your vision be global. Let your vision be global. Seek to bless the whole world. Seek to be a blessing to your nation and to all the nations of the earth. Create products that will bless the ICT world, the healthcare industry, the insurance sector, banking, real estate, media, commerce, energy, entertainment, hospitality. These are the nations. For every industry, there's a culture and a language that they are more important than geographical nations. Well, bless both. In every sphere of influence, decipher the dream of the future and interpret it. Don't stop there though. Make a thorough proposal to the king or the management system, and that is oftentimes a sufficient demonstration of the capacity to execute. We did that in Egypt. The king's name was Pharaoh. The king is the management system of your client or the target industry or nation. Your proposals must be articulate and should create value. Before you ask, what's in it for me? Find out if it will bless the king or he will not buy it. The king will not mind to crown you if you make him greater. You must have an abundance mentality. There are plenty of resources on the earth. Be willing to give of your intangible resource, and folks will supply your tangible needs. Don't just draw. Paint pictures. Paint pictures of your solutions. Communicate the vision and this posture to your husbands, your followers, your team members, and then to the king. The way to be an owner is to create, and every creator is a father. That is why I'm called Father Abraham. I have created in every sector, industry, and nation. Every solution is looking for a man to stand behind it, and such men are scarce. Be the man. Be the man. You will need to begin locally and small, but have a global perspective. When you get to a land, walk through the land or industry. Do your due diligence, learn, research, collaborate, and innovate. Keep developing competence and stay creative. Fatherhood is creation. Creation is ownership. The results of ownership will increase your purchasing or exchange power. Purchase. Employ people. They are your biggest assets and liabilities as well. Train and nurture them, and please provide leadership. Don't think age is a factor. It is not. Not when the voice is speaking within you. You have to respect that voice, or you will not obey it. People wonder at how I did the things I did. I would say that it was primarily for my respect and fear of the voice I know so well. I am not scared, no. I trust that he knows a whole lot more than I do, and is faithful. When you can't hear the voice, stay with reason and the last command. Don't think the voice is unreasonable. It only appears so at first. Countless times you will see the wisdom if you obey. Your spouse is not just an asset. She is the asset without which the promise will be in jeopardy. Love her and she will call you Lord. The womb bears different kinds of babies. They are not only physical, they are spiritual. As she carries your physical seed, she is also carrying your soulish and spiritual seeds. Listen to her, for what she bets is your promise. Learn to teach her, to help her grow. Don't think you outperform her development. You won't. Young men, the day you try to outperform her development is adultery day, and I've learned that it is quite painful. It is much better to help her grow and enjoy the fruit she bears. When you've allowed her grow enough, she will build your home. Outside of this are long-term liabilities. When you've trained an army, that is your team, be willing to go fight for others and for the promise. Learn to give free services. You'll be getting exposure, and you can never tell who you will meet on the battlefield or on your way from there. While you are at it, learn not to exploit disadvantaged positions, not even of your enemies. Always allow compassion to move you to action. I've learned that in helping others you meet your Melchizedek. Meanwhile, he taught me a lot. He taught me to offer solutions and not just products or services, to provide finished materials and not just articles. Don't offer items, offer solutions. Don't just offer bread to a triumphant soldier, offer wine too. Wine, not only for his thirst, but for his wounds. Bread, not only for his belly, but for his animals. Give a complete package, solutions, and not just products or services. See the bigger picture. See the invisible. Embrace it. Did I tell you that everything that matters and produces matter in your life is invisible? Your essence and resourcefulness are invisible. Have time for the invisible characters. Learn to meditate and to enjoy your own spirit-inspired thoughts. It was the first thing I taught Isaac. The voice and your enemies are also invisible. Never forget that this invisible realm is clearly visible to folks who are not blinded by the visible. Don't allow amusement and flippancy to blind you to this realm. Your vision, character, values, creativity, and passion are invisible. Value the invisible resources above the visible. They are the source of the visible. Things don't happen to you. Things happen because of you. We are not victims. We are creators. Your thoughts are things. Don't mess with them. Your thoughts are things. Don't mess with them. I must tell you to forgive yourself when you make mistakes. There are things about your life you can never change. Where and how you were born. Some of the things that have happened to you and some of the things you did. Look at the past and please Do well to heal yourself. Lock the door and say goodbye to these things. There are things, however, you need to go back and resolve. Some relationships and grave mistakes. Resolve them as soon as possible. After them, move on. I am not perfect. Nobody expects you to be, but let your intentions be perfect. In closing, young men and women, always remember that the true test of character is persistence against odds. It will be required that you persevere at that which you believe, and please, never give up. Thank you.